What's up, manga fans? Welcome back to another review of Bleach. This week's chapter 622, The Agony. Now, what can I say about this chapter? I generally enjoyed it and thought it was typically another chapter full of trolling, and the main culprit, you can obviously guess, was the Troll King himself, Aizen. And I feel like despite there not being much action and the pacing is a bit still sketchy in this chapter, it was enjoyable. Aizen's return to Bleach has definitely kind of reignited a flame that was kind of, like needed to kind of spruce things up and add a bit more liveliness to the Bleach. Because don't get me wrong, I'm loving the arc, but I feel like returning characters like him kind of bring back, that kick that Bleach has needed. And the way his interactions in this chapter with the Shinigami was brilliant. He is smug and calm and doesn't care, despite the fact that he's in a chair. He is not bothered. The Shinigami are completely pissed. They are angry, they're outraged and somewhat insulted that he's returned. And that whole friction and intensity is very, very apparent in this chapter. And the fact that Koriyaku was brave enough to do something like this shows me that he is the head captain that Soul Society definitely needs. I doubt Yamamoto would do something like this, because I feel like his pride nor dignity was standing away. I mean, even the fact that he could have had his arm restored, he refused it because it would be asking help from a human. He could have most likely been still alive if he still had one of his arms, but he refused it because of his pride. And this is something that Koriyaku pretty much stomps on. You Shinigami are all angry because this is super pride and dignity, isn't it? Well, pride and dignity is not going to save the world. Using evil to fight another evil, fighting fire with fire. This is why Aizen is here. And it's like, that's pretty true. The fact of the matter is, you can't look at it any other way. It's true, Aizen is evil. He's done a lot of crap to the people there, particularly Rukia, who I was pleased with, got quite a bit of a role today. She even got to speak with him. And obviously what he did to her, the whole Hogyoku being drawn out of her, the fact that he was going to kill her, he pretty much used her in his plans to meet Ichigo and everything like that. The outrage from the Shinigami is definitely justified, don't get me wrong, but they're in war. They need as much power as they can get, and Koriyaku sees this, says that, we have to use a necessary evil to win this war. So it's pretty much, they can complain as all they want. Aizen is here now, they need his power. He's already demonstrated, just being in the chair, he's able to pretty much turn the tides in this war. He's wiped out majority of those black creatures. Even at the end of the chapter, he's offered to open the damn portal to the Royal Palace, or possibly, if the manga stream translates as alright, bring the Soul King Palace down here or something like that. But like I said, Koriyaku is brave. He knew that what he was getting into doing this. Aizen is a dangerous evil that he's unleashed, and the backlash from the Shinigami was something else that he had to think about. But as I said, the manga stream version pretty much states it well: fight evil with evil. I can think of worse things. So he's saying that an even worse case scenario he could have resorted to. This isn't it. So it's kind of, be happy that I haven't done something worse than this. But for reactions, as I said, I've enjoyed it. Everyone was peed off, particularly Rukia was highlighted more than anyone else. But what I was surprised was Shinji didn't really react that much. He actually was quite quiet, and the visors seem to be nowhere to be found. I want to see what they're going to react to when they see him. And then obviously Momo, she hasn't seen him yet, so her reaction is going to be very interesting. But Byakuya, I think, was the calmest out of all of them. He was actually calm at the beginning, didn't really say much, and it was only towards the end of the chapter he actually brought up with Koriyaku. He's like, you do realize that bringing Aizen here insults everyone. He will pretty much say that everyone here is useless. And Koriyaku's like, yeah, I know that. You can beat me up later for it, but right now I'm more concerned with saving the Serite. And that's what his priorities is. It's not, about pride, about winning this war with only our strength. The Serite is in dire need of new, power that into their arsenal, and Aizen's there to do it. He's the only one that can probably help against the war with Juha. But as I said, I've rambled enough about that. He's showcasing of his power in this chapter was very interesting, especially with his kind of trolling back and forth with Koriyaku. Aizen was saying, you can release me from this chair. Kuriaki refused him. You know, I can't do that. I was only granted 3 seals to unleash. And he's like, so you expect me to do something in this chair? And he's like, yes, of course I expect you to do something. You're not going to let those monsters eat you, are you? And as he says that, a whole torrent of them, more of them come down towards Aizen. And funny enough, Aizen's like, okay, you caught me. It's like, well done, Kuriaki. Kuriaki's smug about this and laughing, but funny enough, he panics instantly, telling all the Shinigami to retreat to the laboratory. And straight after this, Aizen uses a Hado 90 Kurohitsugi, Black Coffin for the English translation, and he does this without an incantation. And I'm laughing because it's like Kuriaki trolled Aizen, Aizen trolled him. He's like, you better run, kind of thing, because he could have most likely killed everyone. And we even see in the aftermath of Aizen's, you know, Kido, it was like an insect extermination. There is nothing left. And Urahara speculates that he did this without an incantation. His powers have most likely grown since he was defeated by Ichigo and sealed in the Mugen. So it's like, how the hell did he manage to increase his power while he's bound? I really would like to see if there's going to be a backstory for that. And most likely, can he use Koyoka Sugetsu again? Because, you know, last time we saw it, it broke. Maybe he can use it again. But either way, as I said, he was funny. It was obvious that he was trying to break his chair with the Hado 90, and he was like, oh, this must be made from Mugen. This is a splendid chair. And then furthermore, he even shows more of his smug nature when Sofon was like, still need to destroy, you know, the black net that's above it. And he's like, there's no need. My Hado 90 causes cracks in it. All I need to do is use my Ryatsu to bring the rest of it down. As he just says, he does it. Everything comes collapsing down, but the door they needed to make to go to the Soul King Palace was starting to disperse. Ruka was like, no, don't do it. You know, we need the door to go there. And he's like, calm down, relax. It's like, if you need to go see the Soul King Palace, you need to go up there. I can create a road for you to go there. Or as the manga stream translation says, I can bring the Soul King Palace down here. And I'm just thinking, he's literally taking the reins right now. He's pretty much controlling and doing everything, and he's still in the seat. It's literally like it's like, Ichigo, you need to step your game up because Aizen is taking over and doing more than you are. And as I said, I just gotta love it. He's literally back in action. He's still sealed and he's doing more than most of the Shinigami have shown so far. So it leaves me to think, as I said, if it is a fact of they're gonna actually go up there and the translation is correct, they're gonna go up, is Aizen gonna go with him? Because if he does, his power is gonna be very useful against the elite guard Sternritters and obviously against Juha himself. As I mentioned earlier, can he use his Zanpakuto? Is Koyaku Sugetsu, you know, reformed? Can he use it? And also, how did he increase his power so much in the past 2 years when he was sealed in the Mugen? All of these things I'd like to know. And hopefully this is the last of, you know, the Shinigami staying dormant, because, you know, they spent so much bloody time trying to make this door. Now that it's gone and Aizen's like, yeah, I can get you up there. I hope it really is that, and now they're going to make a move and go up to the Soul King Palace. But as I said, all things said, I enjoyed this chapter. Aizen is showing why he is the Troll King God or Troll God, whatever title you want to give him, and he is deserving of it. His power has not depleted, he's gotten much stronger. His smugness is definitely backed by his power, and as I said, the whole tense situation with the Shinigami was very well done, and Kuryaku is the best man to lead Soul Society. He's the best head captain they could ask for. He knew what he was getting into, he knew the risk, but he knows what's at stake and what's more important, saving the Serete. So as I said, very good chapter. Pacing is still a bit sketchy, but hopefully this chapter is kind of most likely going to boost the next one forward, because there's nothing to hold them back now, unless Kuba throws something else, but that's pretty much it. So hopefully we'll get to, as I said, move along. But you guys saw what I've said. I enjoyed this chapter. Trolling was fun for me, but let me know what you think in the comments box below, and I'll speak to you guys next time. Take care.